Hi, not quite in my usual space today, but just thought I'd share a quick video with you just to cement your practice over this next week whilst I'm away. So, this will be a very simple practice which you can repeat over again by just obviously starting back at the beginning of the video again. So, let's take a moment here to sit in a comfortable position. So, take yourself into a seated position if you can, with your legs crossed, or you can decide to stick your legs out in front of you. Today, that's what I'm going to do. So we'll have the legs out in front, but make sure those feet can stay nicely flexed. And let's rest our hands in the peace mudra, creating that sense of inner peace. So the right hand rests on top of the left. The left hand, places on top of the right. I'm mirroring you. Okay. So hands placed on top of each other, and then the thumb tips are going to touch. Just finding that connection. We're going to close the eyes and just come into this space. Take a long, deep breath, and as you do so, lengthen the spine, lift the crown, and just allow yourself to soften as you exhale. 2 more breaths, beginning to deepen the breath and lengthen the breath. Deep and slow. Breathing in that sense of calm, drawing it into the lungs, and as you breathe out, let some ease fall into the shoulders, soften your face, and be present in this moment. Each breath you take allows you to let go of anything that keeps popping into your mind. Breathe into that thought and then let it go. Come back to it later. Just breathe into this moment. Breathe into this present moment and breathe out into this wonderful moment. Breathing in, smile, and breathe out and release. We've eased off, come into our mind and body. Take your attention to your thumbs touching each other. And perhaps bring yourself to an intention. One that I brought into practice last week was, I am at peace. I shall continue with this mantra as it allows me to really focus on being present. I am at peace. Long, deep breath in now. And as you breathe out, open the eyes. Settle the fingers on the ground. Take another deep breath in. Let the left hand rise up to the sky and take a gentle release over to the right. Inhaling back to center. Right hand rises. Connect with the ground on the left hand. Breathing in. And as you release, exhale over to the left. And slowly begin to sway one side and then the other, just opening out into the side body. Once more to each side, releasing into the waist, and then come back to center, Gaze up towards the fingertips and draw down the midline to your heart space. Perhaps widen the legs a little bit further now as we link the fingers and stir the porridge. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, releasing the heart space forward, the arms come forward, and we take a gentle circular motion round to the foot, into the body, round to the other foot, and reaching as far as we can without straining the body. As we gently introduce some movement into the torso, whilst we're also stretching the back of the legs, opening out into the lower back. And we're bringing the breath in here, soft and slow. Reverse that circle. Each time we stir the porridge, perhaps we encourage the body to go a little bit further forward and draw a little bit further back, whilst all the time engaging those core muscles, protecting your spine. One more circle round. The porridge is stirred. Okay, let's bring ourselves into a tabletop position. So taking the hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Lengthen your spine, hug the belly towards the spine and hug those ribs in. Find the length in the back of your neck. Soften into the elbows. Inhale, dip the belly down and open out the heart space. Exhale, arch the spine into your cat. And inhale, coming all the way through to your cow posture and pausing here for a couple of breaths. So we're pushing down into the front of the feet. We're spreading those fingers and the weight of the body evenly in the hands. Turn to your breath, one more deep inhalation. And as you exhale, mindful, I am at peace. Another breath in, lengthening the front body. And as we breathe out, begin to release the neck down, open out those shoulder blades and transition into your cat, letting the head draw down. Chin can come in towards the chest. Pausing here for 2 breaths. Breathing in and open out those shoulder blades. Breathing out, I am at peace. Breathing in, still drawing that belly towards the spine. And as you breathe out, slowly bring yourself back to your tabletop position. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, draw the buttocks back towards your heels. Let the belly release and the heart space release forward as we gently settle the torso on the front of the thighs and allow the forehead to sink into your mat. Or if that doesn't feel comfortable, place one hand on top of the other and rest. The other option is to take the knees out a little wider so it allows the belly to release between the thighs and gives you the option of resting the forehead once again either on the hands or resting the forehead down on the mat. Wherever you are, immerse your mind in your breath, feeling the expansion as you breathe in deeply. And as it becomes an exhale, feel the body softening as you exhale slowly. One more breath. And soften as you breathe out. Breathing in, spread those fingers and connect with the ground as you slowly begin to rise. The hands remaining forward now of the shoulders, the knees directly under the hips, curling the toes under. We're going to peel the knees away and just hover here for a moment. Softness in the elbows. Knee hover, so we may only be a few inches from the mat. Make sure that belly is drawn in so that we can support your spine. Take another breath. And as we breathe out, soften the knees back down to the ground and exhale all the way back, placing the arms beside the legs, hands by the feet. And breathe. Breathing in and breathing out, I am at peace. Breathing in, begin to rise, rooting through the front of the shins, the knees as the arms open out wide and we slowly rise up. Gaze to the fingertips above your head and draw those fingertips down towards the heart space. Inhale, opening out wide and up. Out wide again as we exhale, releasing the heart space all the way down. Inhale, rise up, really focusing on the torso being strong, active, and the arms too. Exhale as you soften back down. Breathe in that sense of calm as you rise to the skies. And this time as you exhale, bring the hands down the midline to the heart. I am at peace as the chin finds the chest. Inhale, open out wide and up. Let the palms face forward this time as we come into a part ancestral worship. Plant the hands and take that right leg through. Find a firm foundation, knee stacking on top of the ankle as we open the arms and rise up to our crescent lunge. Take a moment here, breathing in, expand your ribs, open the heart to the sky. And as you exhale, release, framing that front foot. Inhale, open the heart space, draw the shoulder blades together slightly. And then exhale, releasing the hips back. And this time straightening out that right leg, flexing the right foot, framing it with the hands. Breathing in, finding the length in your spine as the heart space releases towards the right thigh. Maintaining that center as we breathe. Inhale, slowly start to come forward, planting that right foot. The arms sweep forward and up as we come back to our crescent lunge. Exhale, release down, plant the hands and take that leg back into your tabletop position. But with the hands slightly further forward, we're then going to bring the left leg through. Find the width to give you that stability. Firm foundation as you inhale and rise to the sky. Draw the shoulder blades together, shine the heart up towards the sky. Inhale and soften as you exhale. Inhale And as you exhale, come down to frame the front foot. Inhale, open out the heart. And as you exhale, release the hips back. Flex that left foot. Let the hands travel further towards your body as you straighten out that left leg. Inhale, find the length in your spine. And as you exhale, release the heart space forwards. Soften and keep centered. By centered, I make sure that we don't tilt to one side nor the other. We stay centered with the spine and the hips. Finding your next inhalation, you start to travel forward, putting the weight back in that front foot. The arms sweep through, and once again we find our crescent lunge. Exhale, releasing down. I'm going to tilt round here. You stay where you are, but I'm tilting round. We're going to come into our tabletop, and then we're going to transition into our downward dog. Now take a moment here in downward dog, pedaling out one leg and then the other, lifting those heels, massaging the balls of your feet. Soften the head between your shoulders. And then breathe in. And as you breathe out, be mindful of I am at peace. Breathing in, bring your knees back to the ground. Coming back to your tabletop position. Swing the legs round and come into a seated position with the feet in front of you. Oh gosh, that looks a bit odd. But you know what I mean. I'm going to put my feet like that. Okay. Not easy, lacking space today. So let's take a long, deep breath here. And as we do, visualize the spine spreading out, the crown rising to the sky. The fingertips are grounded on the earth either side of you to encourage that length. And then when the lungs are filled with air, it becomes the exhale. Soften the shoulders, soften your face, but maintain that length, that open heart. Breathing in that sense of calm. Breathing out with ease. Lovely. And then we're going to take the arms up as we breathe in. We're going to hinge from this hip crease as the heart space shines forward, and we just release to halfway as we exhale. Inhale, rooting through those sit bones, restacking the spine as we rise up with the arms. Exhale, hinging and releasing the heart space forwards. Imagine you're going way beyond the feet. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, bringing the hands down the midline to your heart space. Place the hands either side of you and bend the knees. And let's come into a corpse pose, creating that C-shaped curve, heart space shining forward as we start to release the spine to the mat. And we engage those muscles that protect your spine as we slowly release, imagining that you can actually place your vertebrae one at a time on the mat, slowly descending, making sure that we continue with a nice even breath and we don't start to hold the breath as we descend. Feel that connection, the back body connecting with the mat. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. Open the arms out wide into a T and bring the soles of the feet to the mat, knees are bent. And lift the hips a couple of inches to the right. Draw those knees in towards you and relax the knees over to the left. Your gaze can stay up or you can take it over to the right. It's up to you. But find your breath here. Let your body begin to feel totally at ease and relaxed in this posture, this recline twist. As you breathe in, find that deepness as the breath, the air fills your lungs. And as it turns into the out breath, soften your body. Surrender to gravity. One more round of breath. And then we'll slowly draw the gaze back to center and the knees come up and back to center. Feet placed on the ground, center the hips. And then we lift the hips a couple of inches to the left. Draw the knees in towards us. Relax your knees to the right. And we can support these knees if it creates too much tension, then by all means get a cushion and place it underneath the side of the legs to give you that ease and that sense of being able to relax into this twist. Take a lovely breath in, and as you breathe out, the gaze can come round to the left or stay to center. You can close your eyes and just allow the breath to melt your body, surrendering the back body into the mat, the front body into the back body. Beautiful. Last breath. And as you breathe out, I am at peace. Draw the left knee back to center, followed by the right. Place the feet on the mat. Center your hips. Lengthen out the right leg and the left leg. Let the arms come into the side of your body. And keep the palms raised up towards the sky. Or you can have the palms down, whatever feels right for you today. And we're going to bring ourselves into Shavasana with the aid of a meowing cat. So as we breathe in, feel the air passing through the nostrils into your lungs. As you breathe out, the warm air comes back out through the nostrils, and you start to feel that sense of relaxation in your body as we focus on each part of the body. The back of the heels sinking down into the mat, the soles of feet and the toes have all relaxed. The back of the calves sinking into your mat and the back of the legs. You can feel the weight drawing down of each leg as it softens, breathing into the hip area, the buttocks touching the mat, and as you breathe out, they start to become heavier. Breathing in, the belly rises, the ribs expand, and the body softens and relaxes as you exhale. Breathing into the solar plexus, the heart space, the front and the back of the ribs. And as you breathe out, they contract and soften. breathing into the shoulders, the collarbones, shoulder blades touching the mat. As you breathe out, feel that surrender of shoulders, shoulder blades, collarbone. You can feel that sensation travelling down the arms into the elbows and the wrists, the back of each hand, the palm of each hand, and the fingers, right up to the fingertips. And focusing on the spine, you can feel the sense of ease travelling up through each vertebrae, between the shoulder blades into the back of the neck and the back of your head, sinking down into the mat. The head becomes heavy. All the skin on your face is soft and smooth. And the skin on your body is smooth. The muscles have relaxed. Your bones have become heavy. You are totally at peace. Breathing in, just start to engage a bit of movement in the fingertips and the toes. Allow the head to gently rock, slowly from side to side. And then when you're ready, draw those knees in towards your body. Have a gentle rock from side to side. And then roll onto one side for a moment, just allowing yourself to rest on the side of your body, perhaps using the arms as a cushion. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, I am at peace. And then slowly begin to take yourself up to a seated position. And here we are. Let's put the hands together in the front of our hearts and rub them together. Create that warmth in the palm of each of your hands. And then place those warm palms over your closed eyes. Open your eyes into the darkness and take a big deep breath in. And as you release the breath, let the hands fall down from your face and come into the light. Open your arms, open your hearts, and then wrap yourself in the biggest hug. And once again, we'll open your arms out wide and draw them round your body, hugging yourself before bringing them back to the heart. And I thank you for sharing some yoga with me today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see some of you next week. Okay? Goodbye. May you have a lovely week.